ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation. A date which will live in infamy. Ask not what your country can do for you. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Hi, Tony Gorski here from the Dundee Township Historical Society with an episode of We Are History. Today we're here at St. James Episcopal Church with Faye Williams. Faye is on the vestry here, and she's also the church historian as well as a board member of the Dundee Township Historical Society.
Yes.
How are you today, Faye?
Fine, thank you, Tony.
I understand that St. James Church was started back in 1864. It dates back to the Civil War days.
Yes, it was purchased from the Baptist Congregational Church for $550 by Father Peter Arvison. And at that particular time, we had 8 families and 7 communicants. It was originally built by the Baptists in 1848. So this was a big thrill for us to be able to get a building of this caliber and keep it alive.
The building that was purchased in 1864 is not actually the building that we're standing in today.
No, it is not.
They went through a period of time back in, what date was that, 1903?
April 26, 1903.
And what happened at that time?
They decided that it needed to be rebuilt, so they tore it all down and rebuilt our new church.
And that is part of the building that's here today.
Yes.
There is actually another section and a different, added on to this building.
Right, on the north of the church.
That was originally not even at this location or on this side of the Fox River, I understand.
No, it was not.
That was...
Over in Carpentersville.
Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, the Brotherhood House was built in it moved over here in 1885. It was a brotherhood house for the congregational boys and men to meet over there and have their meetings and play basketball and whatever. They had baskets and that in the building, and this is what they did. And then they decided that they would like it to have it over here by us.
So in 1885, they decided to move part of this building over here from Carpentersville.
Yes.
And they formulated a plan to do that.
Yes, they did.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I sure can. They waited till it got very, very cold and the river froze. And they moved the Brotherhood House down to the water and moved it across the river to come down, to come up the hill. But lo and behold, we had a thaw. And our Brotherhood House went into the water.
Right through the ice.
Right through the ice.
And then what did they do at that point?
Well, they saved money and had it hauled up the hill, the great big hill down here, and we put it in our vacant lot north of the church, and then we annexed it to the church.
What an accomplishment that was.
Yes, it was.
So now we don't know, or you don't know the exact route that they took, but
Well, I wish I did.
it went somewhere from the east side of the Fox River,
Yes.
north of Carpentersville Main Street, what is Carpentersville Main Street today,
Right.
and came down the ice on the river till
On
it
the
fell
river.
through, then up the hill,
Up the
probably
hill.
somewhere up Washington Street in West Dundee,
Yep.
until it made it to this,
Hit it to our
to
spot.
the current location
Yes.
today. Wow, that's
Yes.
incredible. That
Yes.
is just incredible.
I'm thankful it made it.
Absolutely.
Being on the water.
What a story.
Yes.
Now, I mentioned the cornerstone. You were instrumental back in 2004
Yes.
at the 100-year anniversary of the church in opening up that cornerstone.
Yes, I was.
Can you tell me about that?
That was a very interesting thing that I went through on that one, because the first time that they came out to drill, they didn't hit it. And of course they all teased me at church that, well, see, I didn't know what I was talking about. So I begged Father Jimmy to have him come back and drill just a little bit deeper, which they did. and we found our cornerstone.
So you suspected, as most cornerstones, that's a place where you seal up a time capsule,
Right.
and put original documents
Right.
and so forth in, but there was a lot of doubt because
Yes, because I didn't hit it.
the first time they tried, they didn't find anything, and then they had to dig in a little deeper into the
Uh-huh.
cornerstone, and when they actually broke into the cornerstone,
Yes.
they found a box
A box.
that was made out of
Asbestos and tar and
all
all
sealed,
kinds-
sealed up, and
Awesome.
all of these documents behind us here
yes.
were found inside.
Yes, they were.
We've got Dundee Hawkeye newspaper from 1903, Elgin Daily News, Chicago Evening Post,
Yes.
the Enter Ocean,
Yes.
and also original documents handwritten from the pastors and leaders of the
Right.
church at the time,
Right there is.
along with Bibles and very interesting, original screw from the door hinge
Yes.
of the original church
Original
built
church.
in 1849,
Yep.
and a roof truss built from
Bolt.
that church as
Yep.
well.
Yep.
Wow, that's just incredible.
It is.
So Faye, thank you for sharing your church's rich history with us today on We Are History, and more can be learned about St. James Church on the internet, on the World Wide Web, at stjamesdundee.org. Or you could come to Dundee Township Historical Society. It's dundeetownshiphistorical.org, and click on the link for St. James Church and learn a whole lot more, because there is a lot more history in this church. I thank you, Faye.
Thank you, Tony.